in this third term as Griffiths won the hit out for Diamond Creek, but Kai Yogi grabbed the footy and was wrapped up, so we'll have another stoppage here. Griffiths won the hit out to McPherson, gave his quick handball over to Marshall, who couldn't quite get the handle on the footy. Velasaris tracks it down for Banyule, gave his handball off to Paul, and that's not his best effort. It's out on the full.
Absolutely shocking kick there from Oliver Poole. Don't know where he was going.
He's your mate, I think, so you're giving him a nice little drive-by there, Bailey, on the way through. Any opportunity there to stick the boot in as Searles kick from the out on the full, finds Barrow, and he goes short to Marshall on centre wing. He's going to just pop one up to half forward, looking for Bronson Hill, who couldn't take the mark in front of Liam Sire. So they'll have a boundary throw in at right half forward here for Diamond Creek.
We've pumped Paul up enough today. You got to bring him back to earth.
He's had plenty of it, to be fair, and he has been probably among the better of the Bears players so far, as Griffiths read the hit out better from the boundary throw in. Kick inside 50 from Donaldson was a good one, and found the hands of Brodie Watson, who will be kicking pretty much from the paint of 50 on a 45-degree angle. So this will be a tough shot, kicking into the wind at the clubroom end of the ground.
He will need to strike it nearly perfectly here. Be a very good goal from here.
Yep, this would take his absolute best effort. He'll be kicking from the paint of 50. And it's not going to score. It's going to sit up to the top of the square. Farrow was up, couldn't take the mark. Ball in dispute at ground level, and the umpire calls for it. So we'll have a ball up at the top of the goal square here for Diamond Creek. Ball goes up. Griffiths had front spot, almost got the kick away off the ground towards goal. Gathered the loose footy again, and he's claimed by Langford.
You can see that's what he's trying to do when he goes down there in the ruck. He's really trying to grab it out of the air and quick snap on goal.
Yeah, he's got the size advantage over Sean Tyrrell, who's in the ruck for Banyule. Velasaris gave a quick handball up to Paul, who just barrels it out of there for Banyule. Winning the loose footy was Thompson for Diamond Creek. Put his head over it, won a free kick. And they can reload the Creekers. He's just going to go laterally to Booth, who was going to play on and decided better of it. Umpire almost could have called him to go there. He's going to go now and just nurse his footy inside 50, looking for Farah, who comes out and takes the mark. Banyule players claiming it was touched on the way through. Umpire wasn't having it. So Liam Farah will have a look at his fourth goal of this contest. He'll be kicking again from the paint of 50, similar to the shot that Brodie Watson had only a minute or so ago.
And Faz is pretty lucky there. I reckon he juggled that at about the 50-metre line, so he's got himself a couple metres here.
Yeah, umpire might have just been looking at the point of first contact there. But let's see what he can do. Liam Farah, Carlton VFL listed forward. Kicks on the way. It's a bit out to the left. Wind's held it up. It's not going to score. Fist came from the Banyule defenders, who are just trying to rush it through. And in fact, it just hit the post on the way through, said the umpire. So crisis averted. And another minor score for Diamond Creek. They lead 5-5-35 to Banyule 3-7-25. And we've gone 3.5 minutes on the NFNL match of the day as Liam Mackey spears a kick into Sire, who gives it back to Mackey, who probably could have won a free kick, I reckon, and he has. Got dealt with after he set that ball out to the wing. So Banyule will retain possession here. Kick comes inboard to Oliver Poole, who gives it up quickly to Yogi. Yogi's handball left a little bit to be desired, but Mangos made it work. His kick inside 50, though, was a poor one. And Nicholas Barrow drops back and takes the mark for Diamond Creek, who can reload here through Matthew Lewis. A couple of Diamond Creek players in the long sleeves today, so got to make sure you've got the right one. His kick into the middle of the ground was a good one to Booth, who spreads it out to the commentary side of the ground to Randall, who's just looking for his options here. He's got McPherson on out wide, and that's where he heads. He goes short again and finds Watson. Almost thought about the hand back to McPherson, decided not to. And there's nothing on up the line. That kick was looking for Randall, wasn't a great one. It might work out okay, though. Randall's got some work to do to get around a couple of would-be tacklers, though. They've made a bit of a meal of this Diamond Creek. K-Roos has come up with it for the Bears. Has a bounce. Goes inside 50. Can load up here, K-Roos. This would be a huge team lifter for the Bears. terrific finish from James Carews. Is that a fire starter for the home side?
Creek has just made an absolute meal of that, trying to be too pretty with the footy, over handballing, bringing too much pressure on them, and Carews swooped, and he had Max Jones out the back, so he had to kick it in. He kicked it beautifully.
That's a super finish from James Carews, who kicks his first goal of the day, his 26th for the season, and closes this margin to 4 points. It's Banyule 4-7-31 to Diamond Creek 5-5-35 after 5.5 minutes here in this third term. That's a howler for Diamond Creek. They won't want to see that back on the vision this week. As ball's back in the middle, Marshall came up with it for the Creekers. His kick to half forward was no good, and Oliver Poole comes up with it. Set Tim Martin a task, who did not too bad in the end, just kicked it off the ground to his team's advantage. But Diamond Creek have won the free kick and will take the advantage through Searle. Drives his footy inside 50. Barnes was there, couldn't take the mark. Bronson Hill gathers it at ground level. His handball was wayward, looking for Brodie Watson. Having the flying shot was Marshall. Banyule defenders can defuse the situation here. Coming across was Bailey Nielsen. And the ball trickles out of play as Liam Farah just has a bit of a word to Oliver Poole.
2 ex-Carlton VFL teammates there, just getting into each other.
Bit of a how do you do from Poole and Farah as the umpire spins this footy back into play. Winning it out of the contest was Griffiths. You can see that he's starting to potentially get on top a little bit in the ruck, but his shot on goal was wide, so it's through for a minor score. Diamond Creek out to a 5-point lead as Liam Mackey looks like he's going to bring this one back in. Let's see what he can muster up here. Drives a thumping right foot kick out to the wing. Was looking for Shivers out there, I reckon. Couldn't take the mark. Banyule got the numbers here. They work it through hands. Ends up with Yodji, who just kicks it up and under. Ball that might bring rain, that kick, I reckon. No one can take the mark on the interchange wing. Banyule come up with it though. Velasaris, threatening kick inside 50. Carews was one-on-one, couldn't take the mark. Lewis did well, and Randall takes it away for Diamond Creek. Steers it out wide, and cross is averted for the time being. Short ball ends up with Booth, who's going to switch, and has Lewis in the left back pocket for the Creekers. He's going to go wide here to a 2-on-1. Poole was up, couldn't take the mark, but did enough to get the ball over to Owen for Banyule. Gives the handball over to Langford, who is a booming kick. That's exactly what he does. Goes to the top of the goal square, though. Didn't favour his forward there in Perugini. And Randall takes the goal-saving mark for Diamond Creek. So Diamond Creek just weathering a bit of a storm here, Bailey. Banyule have come out breathing a bit of fire in this third term.
Yeah, certainly. Trying to throw everything at him to start this third quarter and really get a run on here.
Velasaris won the footy from the stoppage, gave his handball off to Owen. Kick inside 50 was a bit scrappy, though. Or so was Booth's handball, though, to Randall, who's going to have to work for it. He's going to have to just send this back from whence it came. Looking for Ryan Donaldson, and coming over the top was Jack Langford for the spoil. So we'll have a boundary throw in at left half forward here for the Bears.
Yeah, their pressure's immense to start this third quarter. They're not giving the Creekers any room at all, and it's really causing them to make some costly errors. Ball
back into play. Martin won the hit out for Banyule. Just tracks it down on ground level. His handball came to Booth for Diamond Creek. Umpire called play on. Gathering the loose footy was Kai Yoji, and that's a great finish on the left foot. And all of a sudden, Banyule for the first time today are in front.
Doesn't get much better than that on the opposite. Tied in the pocket and was able to thread the needle beautifully. Yoji, who's had a pretty good day rotating through the middle of the ground and up forward. And yeah, the Bears hit the front, and really good start to this third quarter. It's what they would have been hoping for coming out of the gates, and the Creekers really need a lift here.
Banyule hit the lead by a point, 5-7-37 to Diamond Creek, 5-6-36. Ticking into the 10th minute here in the third term on the NFNL match of the day. And Kai Yoji, like you said, Bailey, having a good day so far. He's found plenty of the footy, and now he's kicked a goal. So ball back in the middle here. Griffiths got up this time. Beautiful tap to McPherson, who comes away. Kicks the left half forward. Getting in front was Miller Connell. Couldn't take the mark. Getting back was Jackson Riley. Diamond Creek come up with it though. Kick inside 50. Oh, but great mark. Taken by Collins on Farah. Just had the back spot. And his short kick to Velasaris. And Velasaris releases Paul by hand, who has a bounce down the commentary wing. Kick inside 50, was looking for O'Connor, who couldn't take the mark. Diamond Creek win the footy back here. Booth's got it at centre half back for the Creekers. Booth's kick out wide. It was a bit of a scrappy one again. And Banyule do enough to see it over at right half forward.
Banyule's pressure's really messing with Creekers. Their ball use has really dropped off to start this third quarter, and they're just panicking when they've got the ball in hand now.
Great contest at the top of the goal square by Banyule's Josh Collins to defuse the situation against against Liam Farah. Griffiths just threw a foot at it in the ruck. Ball going nowhere though, so the umpire will toss this one up at half forward. Griffiths won the hit out again. Was looking for his teammate Marshall, who eventually lays the tackle on Kilcullen, and we'll have another stoppage. Griffiths just spikes this one forward away from the immediate contest. Velasaris was tracking it towards the boundary line along with Yogi, but the ball wins out, and we'll have another boundary throw in on the interchange gates. So we've gone 11 and a half minutes here in this third term. Banyule throwing down the gauntlet here to Diamond Creek. Playing for their finals hopes are the Bears. Griffiths got front spot on Martin again. Ball in dispute at ground level. Neither team able to get a clean takeaway here. Griffiths gathers the loose footy. He's seen over by a couple of Bears. In fact, we're going to have a throw up instead on the far side of the ground. Martin got front spot this time. Langford got the clearing kick away. Max Jones got hands to it at half forward. Couldn't take the mark. Diamond Creek might win possession here. Coming out to meet it was Hamilton. He gave his handball up to Thompson, who was dealt with pretty quickly. And the umpire says holding the ball. Coming up with the free kick is Mackie. And this is danger signs here for Diamond Creek. Mackie couldn't see anything he liked inside 50, so decides to go very short to Daniel Owen in the middle of the ground. His short kick was looking for Harrison White. Didn't favour him though. And Diamond Creek can get the clearing kick. Collins had to come out and meet it. Farrow was bearing down on him. And we'll have a stoppage on this broadcast side on centre wing.
They're just not getting any easy ball at the minute, Creek, and it's hard for them to really move the ball from end to end.
Martin taking a turn in the ruck against Barrow. Won the hit out decisively. Probably could have been a free kick to Diamond Creek. Can't see who that was on the bottom of the pack. Booth, that might have been it, I think. Actually, beg your pardon, it was Ryan Donaldson who had his head over the footy. But we'll have another stoppage here. Barrow won the hit out, but only as far as Yogi, who gets his kick away, but taking a really good intercept mark was Searle at half back for Diamond Creek, and he can switch it out to Donaldson on the far side. He takes a quick trot down the wing. His kick up the line was looking for McPherson. Couldn't take the mark. Bronson Hill gathers it. His kick inside 50 was a bit of a scrappy one. Allowed Shivers to come in and impact. Ball in dispute inside Diamond Creek's 50. And the umpire will have to come in and ball this one up.
This is where they can try and really lock the ball in their forward half here for a good passage of play. They've been defending really hard over the whole quarter pretty much. So if they can lock it in there forward half, it'll be a win for the Creekers.
Mangos was tracking it towards the boundary line from the stoppage. Kick comes up the line to halfway. Free kick. Matthew Lewis is going to drive this back inside 50 for Diamond Creek. And taking a very good intercept mark in his defensive 50 was Bailey Nielsen, who's going to retreat and find Mackie at the top of his defensive goal square. Mackie goes short, finds Riley. So Banyule just looking to retain possession here. Riley goes wide and finds Kilcullen. And Kilcullen's going to drive this one long down the line to centre wing in front of the interchange benches. McPherson tried to track it down on the ground, couldn't do so. Footy came the way of Allison, who's wrapped up pretty quickly, and we'll have another stoppage in front of the interchange benches on the far side.
It's turned into a real congested sort of game the last 10 minutes with a lot of work being done in and under the contest.
Langford's little dinky kick went the way of Mangos, who was looking for Jones along the boundary line and couldn't gather the footy, so we'll have another boundary throw in. Yeah, you're right, Bailey. It just seems to have turned into a bit of a long down the line game. There's not a lot of switching going on or players looking to run into space. Both teams happy to play around the stoppages here as Martin went to spike it forward for Banyule. Tracking it back was Allison for Diamond Creek. His kick into the middle was a dangerous one, and infringing was Mackie, who gave away the free kick. Might have been a bit of a strategic one, I reckon, because if Diamond Creek had been able to chain up possession there, they were out. Kick from Murphy finds Booth on this commentary side. He gives a handball away to Patterson. Patterson's left football inside 50. Hill and Connell can't raffle it between them. Riley regathers the footy, gives it to Kilcullen. And Banyule can clear defence here. Kilcullen's kick out to Jones was not a bad one, and Jones did enough to see it over the boundary line.
They've just been able to, Banyule been able to rebound out of 50 whenever the Creekers have gone in really well in this third quarter, and they're not playing into the Creekers' strengths. When it does get outside of 50, they're really trying to keep it in tight so that the Creekers can't get on the outside.
Ball back into play here. Martin grabs out of the ruck this time. Diamond Creek come up with it though. Kick towards half forward was intercepted by Mackie, who just got a timely hand in there, and boundary umpire on that far side working overtime at the moment, earning his paycheck for today. We'll have another throw in front of the Banyule interchange bench. Plenty of interested supporters looking on over that side of the ground. As ball's thrown back into play, Barrow just muscled Martin out of the way. Gave his handball up. Allison lost the handle on the footy. Kilcullen's got it. He's claimed by Allison. And the field umpire will ball this one up this time. So, I just feel like this game's about to break open potentially if one of these sides can get a run on. Velasaris comes away with it from the stoppage, has a couple of bounces. The North Melbourne VFL midfielder drives this one inside 50, looking for Perugini. Was up, couldn't take the mark. Ball in dispute at half back here. Bears have got the numbers if they can work it out. They can't. The Diamond Creek defenders descend. Some protests for holding the ball. Umpire says nothing doing. And we'll have another stoppage as the umpire wastes no time. Rucks didn't get there. Langford grabs it out of the ruck for Banyule. His flying shot at goal was away to the right. And just the minor score. So Banyule moved to 5-8-38. Diamond Creek 5-6-36 after 18 minutes here in this third term.
From this kicking, we'll see if Diamond Creek can really use their ball use to really pinpoint through Banyule's defence and try and get back onto the scoreboard here.
Searle's going to take the kick in. Looks like they might have been thinking about a set play, Diamond Creek, with the way they were conducting their running patterns. Searle's kick found Patterson, who went inboard looking for Marshall, who was infringed as he was trying to take the mark. So he'll get the free kick at true centre half back. Marshall's left foot ball out to the far side was a good one. McPherson was coming off the bench and took the strong contested mark against a couple of other players. He's going to play on and go short. Let's see what Diamond Creek can muster up here. They've got to half forward. Short kick inboard. Finds the hands of Blake Murphy, who we haven't called too much so far. But he's going to retreat towards the boundary line again. So let's see what Diamond Creek can do. It's a shallow entry, dropping in. Well, both Diamond Creek players are going to spoil each other. Ewan McPherson it is who's taken the mark in front of big man Bailey Griffiths. Thought Griffiths might have pulled rank on him there and said that's mine, but the smaller man takes the mark.
Yeah, he probably owes someone here, McPherson as well, after a bit of ill discipline before half time. So if he can go back and kick this, it'll be huge for the Creekers and put them back in front.
Yeah, he's a real X-factor player when he is playing Ewan McPherson. He's had some issues with suspension this year, but he's back in the lineup today. Let's see what he can muster up from 50 metres out. Ewan McPherson set shot. Looks pretty good, and he's pumped up. Gives it the big come on as the umpire watches it sail over his hat. That's a huge response for Diamond Creek.
It's exactly what they needed. They've been sort of out of the game there for probably 15 minutes of this third quarter, and they've just been able to hold up defensively really well. whilst the Bears have been attacking. And, yeah, to kick one against the flow is really big as we enter time on here in the third quarter. Yeah,
that's a bit of a goal against the grain with Banyule having the better of this third term. And Diamond Creek take the lead back. They lead 6-6-42 to Banyule 5-8-38 on the NFNL's match of the day. We've played 20 minutes here in this third term at Beverley Road Reserve. As ball's back in the middle, Martin and Griffiths do battle again. Great hit out from Griffiths to Marshall, who was on the fly through the stoppage. Left foot ball inside 50, or could have been a free kick, I reckon, to Liam Farrer, who got a bit of a push in the contest. Or ducking his head in was Barnes. Wow, that could have been holding the ball, I reckon. He didn't like the treatment, but if you're going to duck your head in the contest, that might be what happens. Langford competing in the ruck gives it to Mackie, who got a free kick in his defensive goal square, so no damage done for the Bears, but that was a threatening passage of play from Diamond Creek.
Yeah, I certainly thought it was in the back against Farrer as he's gone up for the mark, but umpire didn't see it.
So Mackie's going to drive this one out to the interchange side. Bronson Hill's there for Diamond Creek. Gave his handball up to Donaldson, I reckon that was. Nice kick in board to Murphy. Murphy goes wide to the left forward flank. And taking the mark is Dale Marshall, who is capable of kicking this distance if he wants to go back and have a shot. He's one of the Diamond Creek players who could do so, and it looks like he's settling in to have the set shot here. So let's see what he can muster up. Dale Marshall doesn't have a shot in the end, decides to set it up for the Flyers. Langford was there for Banyule, got hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Ball in dispute on the deck. Banyule might be able to clear this ball. Velasaris has got it in the back pocket. Oh, dangerous kick across goal. Getting a fist in there for Diamond Creek was Miller Connell. Great defensive play there from the Creekers forward, and we'll have another boundary throw in the left forward pocket.
Yeah, very dangerous kick there by Velasaris. I'm not sure that's what you want to be doing deep in defensive 50, but they got away with it in the end.
Yeah, if there's a man who you would trust with that kick, he's one of them, but just had nothing down the line. So he had to look to switch the play. Ball spun back into play. Langford got the handball over the top. Trying to track it down was Kilcullen. Couldn't quite do so. And ball rolls out of play at the junction of the 50 and the boundary line at left half forward for Diamond Creek. So we've gone 22 and a half minutes here. Diamond Creek leading by 4 points in what's been a real arm wrestle here between these two sides. Boundary umpire spins it back into play. Griffiths won the hit out for Diamond Creek, but that ball's going nowhere, so the field umpire says, give it to me. And we'll do it again. Martin won the hit out to Langford, who's immediately tackled. And another stoppage. Ball spun back into play. Nice body work from Bronson Hill in the ruck to move Martin out of the way. Quick hands from Diamond Creek. Marshall's kick to the top of the goal square was a good one. And into the safe hands of star forward Liam Farrer, who you would think Bailey won't make a mistake here. He's 20 metres out directly in front. Yeah,
another good kick by Dale Marshall. He's been huge. Huge save for the Creek. He's had plenty of footy and used it so well. And yeah, Farrer should go back and kick his fourth of the afternoon.
Nice kick there from Dale Marshall, who's proving to be a decisive player for Diamond Creek. Liam Farrer on the runway here. 20 out directly in front. Pops it straight through. Lets Josh Collins know on the way through that he's kicked 4. And Diamond Creek extend their lead to 10 points. They lead 7-6-48 to Banyule 5-8-38. We've gone 24 minutes here in this third term on the NFNL match of the day.
Yeah, big 5 minutes here for the Creekers. Obviously kicked the 2 goals and pushed it back out to a 10-point lead. So they'll be hoping to finish this quarter off strong and try and push that lead out, while Banyule will be trying to cut that lead back before the final change.
Yeah, you feel like it's a big 5 minutes for both teams here. If there's a goal either way, that could be decisive in the context of this game. It's been low scoring. So a 16-point lead for Diamond Creek would be decisive if they can get it out that far. And if Banyule can answer here and get it to less than 10, that'll give them some real belief. As Griffiths wins the hit out from the ball up in the middle. But no winner there. Booth was tackled by Langford, so we'll have another stoppage here in the middle of Beverley Road Reserve. Griffiths got the front spot against Tyrrell, who's back in the ruck. Mackie put his head over the footy, and Marshall got him high with his tackle attempt. So Liam Mackey, who's probably coming up for about 30 touches already, you would have thought, decides to just fan it wide to Velasaris. He plays on very quickly and finds Jones on true centre wing. Velasaris was thinking about the flyby. Jones decided against it. He's going to take his time and drive this up to half forward. K. Roos was at the front of the pack, couldn't take the mark. Taking the diffusing mark for Diamond Creek was Bronson Hill. His kick across the face of goal was a bit of a risky one. They haven't been able to work this out, Diamond Creek, and there's going to be a stoppage inside the Bears forward 50.
Yeah, really interesting choice that one. He's gone for a switch kick to a one-on-one at the top of the 50.
Yeah, it was a bit of an interesting decision, that one. And they might be able to work this out, Diamond Creek. Bronson Hill had another go at it, had his kick smothered. Ball in dispute here on the ground again in the Bears' right forward pocket. Gathering the loose footy was Seraphin, and he's immediately tackled, so the umpire will get involved again.
I think Bronson Hill kicked it into the back of his teammate's head.
He's had a good 30 seconds, as Bronson Hill. Diamond Creek come away with the clearance here, spiralling kick up the wing, finds the chest of Nicholas Barrow, who was playing in front. And so Diamond Creek can load up again here, decides to play on quickly. Doing well coming across was Nielsen for Banyule. Ends up with Kilcullen, who has to get rid of it quickly. He did. Kick towards half forward, just landed at the feet of his teammate. Banyule might still be able to work this out if they can. Yogi just scraps a kick inside 50. Danger signs here for Diamond Creek. Neither team able to gather clean possession here. Lewis just fisted away off the ground out of that stoppage. Could have been a free kick going the way of Diamond Creek. Umpire says nothing doing. They do come away with it now, the Creekers. And, they've turned it over again, though. Yogi's got it for Banyule. Both sides making hard work of this at the moment. Ball in dispute at right, half forward on the junction of the 50 and the boundary line, and we'll have a stoppage.
Both teams know how big this last probably 3 or 4 minutes of this third term is, and you can see they're both fighting ferociously to not even each other an inch.
Yep, every mistake could be very costly here, as McPherson gave a handball over the top to Booth. Booth decides to just blast it out of there, down the line. Getting a fist in was Nielsen, and the ball rolls out of play in front of Banyule's interchange bench, and we'll have a boundary throw-in. We've played 27.5 minutes here in this third term. Both sides just continuing to feel each other out here. Another goal here, either way, would be like gold. As Tyrrell won the hit out from the boundary throw-in. Ball into the middle was risky. Donaldson grabbed it, but he was bore down on by Poole, who did well to affect the turnover. Bears could be in here if they can work this out. Poole regathers the footy, handballs it over the top. Let's see what they can muster here. Banyule. Velasaris has got it, gave the handball back. And in the goal square, all on his own, is Perugini. He's taken the mark. It would have been a free kick anyway. And he's going to make an absolute certainty of this. This is a huge goal for Banyule to keep them in it.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's what they needed after Diamond Creek were controlling the play for the back half of the quarter. To get one late's huge for the Bears.
Perugini pops it through from the top of the goal square, right on the three-quarter time bell. And we are set for a tantalising last quarter at Beverley Road Reserve. The Bears refusing to lie down against second place Diamond Creek, playing for their finals hopes. And they trail by 4 points at the last break. It's Banyule 44 to Diamond Creek 48.